go. Now it should be live, right? This should tell me that I'm live. So how do I do that? Like, how do I see that I'm live? I should be live right now. What the heck? Yeah, okay. That worked there, but how come on YouTube? There we go. There we go. Now I'm live. Okay, good. At least on YouTube. Okay. Whoa. Cool. That's good. So. Oh, whoopsies. I need to go back to this. And I need to turn it back on. Oopsies. I don't need this internet. I need this right here. But I need to. Oh. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Now I'm live. Okay, good. Now, we're playing some Zoo Tycoon. I like Zoo Tycoon. I think it's a good game. I want to put some monkeys here. Can I put some monkeys here? Or all the animals I have right now? These monkeys. These animals. Okay. No, put some giraffes. Yeah, I'll put some giraffes in. Wait. Let me look and see if I can. Like, if there's a better place to put the giraffes. No, I don't think so. Actually, I'll put the giraffes in here, yeah. One giraffe. I need a female giraffe. There, good. Now for moose. I'll put the moose over there. Yes, moose. There you go. For now. Why not? Why doesn't the giraffe like the exhibition? Giraffe 2 doesn't. Why? Does it say why? Oh, not enough trees. The exhibition. Click zookeeper recommendations to get advice on. On what? To get advice on improving the exhibit's suitability. You're this maintenance worker. Where? Yeah, okay. Where's the? What kind of? Like? Ah, it's frozen. Wonderful. Wonderful. Great. Game's frozen. Wonderful. What the heck? Yep, I don't know what to do now. Okay, wonderful. So I guess I gotta see if it'll. Nope, it's frozen. Okay, interesting. It's frozen. Yep, there we go. Force quit, yeah. Yeah, poopy. That's poopy, my friend. That is poopy. Go to here. Go to here, go to here. What the heck, man? I guess I gotta abort, yeah. None of these games work. None of these games work well. What the heck? Well, I mean, I guess I gotta, I wish I could find a game that works. I've tried every single freaking game. All my games I own from my old computer. That's the one thing that drives me nuts. I'm talking like nuts. Like drives me bonkers. Right? It's that none of the games, okay, work like, none of the PC games work. Sure. Like, the PC games are just kind of, what the heck, man? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, why does it not work? That's a thing. So you know that CD game? It was a CD and it was like SEEDI or something, I think. Something like that. Right? And it did all the disc-based games, right? Give me one of those. I would pay $100, $150, $200 for a device that allowed just CD, like PC CD games, CD-ROM games, just PC CD-ROM games. Like that's the thing. It's so annoying how it doesn't work. There's just no way. It doesn't want to play. It doesn't want to work. They don't want to work. They don't want to work. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to get them running, but I'm not capable of it. I've tried running, and it's not even like there's a lot of games that are like lost to time and they're hard to play. Right? Oh no, emulation for them, whatever. No, but I'm just saying like there's a few, at least for me personally, there's a few games that I just want to play. I bought Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis. Can't play it. I have old games like Rome Total War. I can't play. I have have a few other games here and there. Like nostalgia games, Jumpstart First Grade, but the Treasure Hunt one, not the original, like the second one they made. These others SpongeBob Teaches Typing and stuff like that, and I'm like, ugh, it's annoying. I also do Tycoon 2 that I don't have the first discs for. I got it at my store, and I'm like, oh. Maybe let's see if it'll actually run. Zoo Tycoon. Is it Tycoon 1 or Zoo Tycoon 2? I have absolutely no idea if this is 2 or 1. This might not be 2. This might be 2. I don't know. It might be 1. All it says is Zoo Tycoon on it, so. Because I burnt it for. Because I lost the other disc, right? I lost the other disc. Or not lost. I don't have the other disc. The first disc. So I don't know if this is going to. Whoopsies. That's sorry. I don't know if that's Zoo Tycoon 1 or 2. I think it's 2. I might have said, oh, forget it, not to get 1. I don't know. Maybe Zoo Tycoon 2 will run better. I don't know. Let's go Lutris. Those are all games. I'm like, there's yeah. You know, it's weird. To me, like. Right? I don't know. Can't I? What? It doesn't work. What? Okay, get out of this right now. Oh, yeah. No. It's fine. Continue. Sorry. No, sorry. It's there we go. I don't know if this is Zoo Tycoon 2 or not. It might be Zoo Tycoon 1, to be honest. Now that I see it. It might be Zoo Tycoon 1. Why did I download Zoo Tycoon 1? Why did I burn it as Zoo Tycoon 1, not 2? I have 2 and 3, just 2 and 3, just not 1. Yeah, this is like, no? Yeah, this is Tycoon 1. Dang it, okay. No, why am I installing Tycoon 1 again? I'm installing it again? Why? Don't do that. And I also have the expansion pack for Endangered Species. Yeah. But I don't get it. Why am I installing Tycoon 1? No. What? No. No, let's go back, because I don't need this. Check it out. Anyway, so, I was trying to play Tycoon 1? I guess not. Tycoon, I guess not. And then the biggest one is and I've said this before, Lego Chess. It's Lego Chess. For some reason, that game just doesn't work anymore. And the weird thing is, I have literally taken the exact computer that I had as a child, tried playing it again, nothing. I took the exact computer I had as a child, took the exact disc I had as a child for it, put it in, doesn't work. It's like, why not? I don't know. Let's try. I can try Roman Total War again. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. Because it's stupid. Because it's dumb. Go to preferences or something about Luchas, make a donation. Preferences. There you go. What version of the runner am I using? Another runner, what do you call it? It's called wine, okay. Got that, so let's go to, like, no. There you go, now what version of, yeah, wine's fine. What version of Luchas am I using? Good question. Where's the section that you change the Lutris? Okay, I don't think I changed anything here. Oh, where's the version of fine, save, I don't care. Where's the version of Lutris? Where's it? What? I don't know, we'll install this thing, whatever this is. This is wine AMD. I don't know. Okay, let's see what I can do here. I don't know if that does anything, but yeah. Yeah. Where's like hardware? No. Global settings, maybe. Where's a version of? Okay, don't know if it's anywhere. Okay, so let's try. I'll try Rome Total War. The other stupid thing is it'll get all the way to the launcher for something, and it just doesn't work anymore. Or it'll get all the way to, like, yeah, it'll install, and then just it'll put a thing on the thing for, like, Windows 10, and then it just doesn't work anymore. Like, it doesn't want to actually launch it. Like, what? Why not? It's like, I don't know. What did this one need? Windows. Tell me what we need. At least, like, minimum. Pretty sure I used to play it on Windows XP. Or even 7. But anyway, either way. That's fine. I'll go to here. From disk. I want to be able to set it up from disk. There you go. Now let's see if it'll play it. Let's see if it'll do anything. Because wine works and whatever. I don't know. I don't get it. Nobody's figured this out? Like, there isn't enough people who care? I think that's a problem. There isn't enough people who care. We haven't gotten to the point where, oh yes, this is, like, really... This is, like, amazing and works and it's well and it's whatever. No, I think... Well, because there's not that, it's because nobody cares. There's enough people who care. Have a nostalgia for it. I think also the other problem is there's too many, like, well, this one does it slightly differently than that one, and this way does it different than this game, and this game performs slightly differently because you have to do this with this game, and because of that, and because everybody has a different, like, way of, like, different set of games they played, it's another one of those, it's the like, PlayStation problem where no two people will have ever played the same games. I mean, yes, there will be people who play the same games, but you couldn't find 30 games where, like, more than 50% of them were... Yeah, I would go as far as saying more. You couldn't find 30 games that more than 50% of 50% of them everybody played. Because within N64 and GameCube, N64, no, with the NES and Super Nintendo Classics, oh yeah, 50% of them maybe. Well, I don't know if I would say 50%, but good enough percentage where, like, yeah, everybody played these games. And there's other ones where it's like, maybe they didn't, but most of them, a good percentage of them, everybody played. Like, everybody played Mario 1, 2, 3, everybody played Zelda, everybody, like, anybody who wants one has played them, like, right? Anyway. It's annoying. So that's why I think that's one of the reasons why they can't do that one. Also, who would you get the rights from? And all the games just if you're doing it that way, if you're doing it like classic, if you're doing it like, oh, this is compatible with it, they don't want to sit there and try and make compatible every single game with every single, and they got to choose which games are popular, and everybody would have a problem. you know, everybody would have a problem. Be like, oh no, you know, because everybody would complain. Oh no, we're like. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Let's see if it'll run. Ugh. Camera's not doing well. There. Yeah. So. There's an error. Retry. Skip it. Okay. Guess I cancel that one. So let's see. See if it'll run. Maybe not. Solution success is missing. There's an error missing. Okay. So what does this do? Launch though. This game has no executable stats. This installation process couldn't finish properly. So don't total or no. What the freaking heck? Okay, that doesn't work. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Okay, I just don't understand. I don't get it. What causes these? Why can't we just get it working? Working. The game to work. And then for stuff like Lutris, how do I get games to work? Because I know it's possible. Maybe it's just the games I chose are just too hard to play. My good gosh, good golly, Miss Molly. What the heck? Change the name and I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I want to try and find a freaking game. I can go see if there are any other games around. There's a few over there, so let me see what we got over there. Let me go see. We were back. What's this? Photo theater? No. Not Quest Aladdin. Nope. I don't know. We'll try these. Let's try these two weird things. These two softwares. They're not exactly even games. They're softwares, but it's Multimedia Almanac, Time Magazine Multimedia Almanac, and Children's Encyclopedia. First, we'll try Children's Encyclopedia because that would be cool to get running. And then when something just works, you're like, "What's the difference? What do I do differently? I don't understand. Like, what do I do differently? You know what I mean? Well, what makes this one run and that one not?" $95. We'll say it's 95. I can only do 98. Then I'll go to XP. Install. Okay. Why does it show me that it... why does it give me this false sense of hope and security, false sense of hope where it's like, oh, hey, we can install it. We can get to the installer. We can get to the wizard. Install wizard, but no. See? This product has not been tested and unsupported on this operating system. Yeah, fine. I don't care. But I'm pretty sure it'll work. It should work. I don't get it. Maybe I'm just, stupid and don't know how this stuff works, but you're telling it that you're running Windows XP, am I not? And shouldn't it work on that? Aren't I only doing that? No, I will start finish. Okay, now did it work? Launch. And it works! Wait. It works. This is just gonna work. Are you serious right now? Are you actually serious right now? Like, this is just gonna... No. MCI error opening file, blah, 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 blah. Continue, okay. Couldn't find the intro file. I don't care. Fine, I don't care about intro files and such. I don't care. I really don't. Oh! I have a name, so... Sure, why not? And then new user, yeah. Okay. Yep. How do I, like, log on? Okay. That's a fun... No, once. There, I think I'll take this one, don't care. Oh, okay. Age. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, sorry. Go to environment. Okay, now go to, where is it? Here, and then show me. Here we go. Oh no, the camera fell. Oops, I didn't even notice. Camera went and fell. Oh, because I did this. Cool, good. Now can I make this bigger? No, I guess I'll just leave it at where it is then. Can I make it bigger though, in some way? Nah, I'll leave it where it is. Okay. Okay. Put them down here, maybe under me, maybe. Where's under me? There, cool. Now, oh, nice. Look at the environment. I'm finally get this to run. This is the kind of stuff I love. You miss a weird, like... You learn about football, right? Which sport did American football originally develop from? That's rugby, right? That would be rugby, correct? It's rugby. I'm thinking it's rugby, right? Where's the read out loud? Rules and regulations, famous companies, no competitions. America? Yeah.
American football is a tactical and physical game which develops from rugby units.
Rugby, yeah.
Try to get the ball over their opponent's goal line by passing or running with it. Tackling is fierce, so players wear protective clothing, including helmets and padding.
There, so yeah. I don't understand, but okay. Cool. Cool. I don't know. This is cool. See, why does this game work? I don't know, what am I even doing here? Searching. Oh boy, there's a lot of...
Ages. In the Middle Ages, AD 400 and 1400, the church tended to control music making.
Makes
as
sense, makes
most
sense.
composers wrote only religious styles of music.
Oh, makes sense, I guess.
Non-religious music was usually played at court. In the Renaissance period, 1400 and 1600, dance music and madrigals became popular. Because of this, instruments such as viols began to be developed further.
Which ones? Like violas. Okay, not violins, okay, violas. Okay. Yeah, it was a big thing. It was very much a... Yeah, give me a different something.
Time for some science.
Sure. Let's go to looking around Apollo 11. That'd be cool. I like Apollo 11. Or watch the rocket take off. Ooh, watch the rocket take off. What does this mean? Oh. Maybe there's some things they're missing, like... Could be like, video clips might be missing or something. And like it doesn't work, you know?
To lift a payload out of the Earth's atmosphere and into space, rockets have powerful engines that lift them up to escape the Earth's gravity.
Yeah.
These engines need oxygen, found in the air, to burn fuel. Because there is no air in space.
No, I don't need it. No air in space, okay.
To lift a payload out of the Earth's atmosphere and into space. To lift a payload.
Ah, you can't stop it.
To lift a payload
No, you
out of
can't.
the Earth's
I mean, I can go back. Give me a never random thing. I don't really want this, but that's cool. I heard something like you need twice as much fuel than you think you would need because you need fuel to, like... I don't remember what it was. Some scientific thing. No thanks. Mayan writings. Mayan writings use a lot of like was it the Mayans who had were the people who like first introduced like zeros?
The Mayas developed a method of writing using picture symbols called lists. They carved inscriptions on tombs, temples, and stone tablets called stelae. These inscriptions refer to Mayan religion and the lives of Mayan rulers. The Mayas also devised a calendar based on the year of 365 days.
Were they the ones who started that? Okay. And the Mayan calendar is the one where we all thought, oh, the world's going to end in 2012. Like, no. The whole thing with that was, at least as far as I know, was, I'm no expert on this, but as far as I know, it was literally, they just went super far into the future, right? They went like a bajillion years, and they just stopped at 2012. That doesn't mean they weren't going to end. They just, didn't have a calendar that goes past that because they thought, oh, we'll think so far ahead that we won't even ever need to think about it. Like, it would be like if now somebody just said, let's produce calendars that only go up to, like, a million years from now. And then somebody gets a million years from now, looks at that and goes, oh, they thought... That's the last calendar. Oh, it must mean that we're all gonna die. It's like, no, it's not. The world's not gonna end. I remember everything about the world's gonna end. It was like everything from like everywhere. News people, science shows on Discovery had like these like, how could it happen? Like, what's the possibilities? What are the ways that we could like completely die? Oh, we could be flooded. The whole world could flood. A big asteroid could hit us. Earthquakes and volcanoes, and it's like, oh my gosh, what? I didn't give a hoot. I was a little bit like, it's possible. It's possible. I was a little scared, but I wasn't like, we're gonna die. It's over. The world. But I knew a kid. I knew a kid who literally was just like, yeah, we're gonna die. That's it. We're dead. Like, that's just it. We are dead. And it's like, at least you didn't do anything stupid. At least I didn't hear anything about people being stupid. Meaning, like stupid in the sense of, like, doing, doing stupid things because they're like, well, what's going to end anyway, so what's the difference?
Carved picture symbol only members of the ruling class could read and write lists.
Like that's the thing that like it'll be a crazy thing to think about in like X amount of years, where we'll tell our kids or tell our grandkids or we'll tell the next generation. They'll be like, oh yeah, we thought the world was gonna end in 2012, and it was like there were certain people who were like, yeah, no, it's over. It's like legit. It's just over. Oh, quiz. Let's do a quiz. Like this is it. It's over. There were people who thought that. Although there are people who who kind of just were like, yeah, it's over. Not in like a we're screwed, it's over, scared. Oh no, But it's kind of like, yep. Yeah, it's over. One. Yeah, one. Gosh, that's loud. What is the name of this instrument? It's a guitar. Which is the most flexible joint in your body? Neck, shoulders, knees. Depends what you mean by flexible. I would guess neck. Ah, it's the knees. It's shoulders. Ah, damn you. Which measurement of weight is used for gemstones? That's carats. I knew that one. You just made me click it because I thought I could click the middle one. But if I get two wrong, it just gives me the wrong, like, shows me the wrong answer. The right answer. Okay. What animal is the world's most powerful jumper? A flea, is it not? What can muscles do? Push. Muscles can push and pull, right? Push. Pull. Okay, muscles pull. Oh, yeah, that's how you do it. You pull. You don't push. Like, the muscle doesn't push you. Like, I don't know how it works. Anyway. What type of violin is used in folk music? A fiddle. I heard that that's not a type of violin. It's how you play the violin. Unlike some instruments where, no, that's a different instrument to produce a different sound. No, just how you use the violin. I don't know if that's true. I heard it from one YouTube Shorts. I don't know if that's true, but but he was a guy who, I think he sold violins. He had a violin, like he sold violins at a violin store. I don't know. Anyway, in ancient Rome, which garment was the mark of Rome's citizenship? The sara, the toga, or the the toga? Wasn't the toga Greek? Where in the world of music would you find horsehair? Guitar strings, bows used to play string instruments, or inside kettle drums? No, it'd be bows, for instance. What is the typical valley shape that is left after a glacier melts? Oh, a flat plane, a V shape, or U shape? I want to say U shape. Oh, okay. And which sport uses this type of ball? That would be football, American football. Marbles? I wouldn't say marbles is a sport, but okay. I definitely wouldn't say marbles is a sport. Although nowadays...
Andrew 16. Andrew 16. Andrew 16.
You know? And give me another random one, please. Random article or random thing, topic. Yeah, nowadays everything's a sport. There's that, like, sports stuff, right? Like, sports stuff on TV. Like, you see, professional tag or whatever it is. Competitive tag, and... I guess it falls into, like, that question of, like, what is a sport, right? Farming, tea, and sugar.
The hot drinks of much of the world come from just 3 tropical plants, the coffee, tea, and cocoa plants. These plants are now grown in farms in many countries in Asia, Africa, and South America, and shipped all over the world. Sugar that people use in their hot drinks and food is made from plants called sugar cane and sugar beet. These plants are crushed, soaked in water, and boiled to make sugar crystals.
Okay. Cool. That's cool. Sugar. Cool. So what do I got here? Ooh, Mexico and Central America, I guess. which is technically part of. I don't know. What's it technically part of? North America? Is it technically part of North America or is it technically part of South America? Like if you go past Mexico. I don't know. I don't know that kind of geography. Although I did learn that there's more countries than 3 in North America. There are like I don't know, over like 15 or something. I think because all these tiny little islands or something, or about 15. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, there's like Haiti is part of technically North America, and Cuba's part of North America, and like Dominican Republic. No, Dominica is part of North America and stuff like that.
The modern home is packed with electrical machines.
What year is it from?
200 years ago, most jobs in the home had to be done by hand. There were some machines, but they still needed muscle
least
power
95.
to make them
97.
work. Today, machines powered by electricity take the effort out of household chores.
Cool. Like this. What's it? The hand-operated vacuum. Yeah, but you say it's about 200 years. They said about 200 years ago. So, yeah. So I guess that was a point where they had to develop these things, but it was a lot of like just hand work. Like I have to do it myself, rather than these machines that kind of just do it for you, sucking and because that probably just seems like you're doing kind of like this and you're like sucking it up probably. I don't know. Ooh, underwater mountains.
Like the land, the ocean floor has great mountains. They are giant underwater peaks called seamounts, and there are hundreds of them in the Pacific Ocean, where the Emperor Seamount chain runs under the sea from Hawaii to Alaska. Some seamounts, buoys, have flat tops. They were probably flattened by waves in times when the peak projected above the surface of the water.
Yep. Can I go to the web with it? Let's see. Connect. Let's see. You need to have a working internet connection. Your default browser is web browser. You want to use this? No. Locate what? What am I locating? Wait. What am I... Wait. Do it again. Okay, where to go? Okay. You need to... You want to say no, right? Now I gotta read this part. You need a working connection with a web installation to connect to the internet. If you do have a browser, click and locate it. Okay, locate it. I know where the browser is. It's on the desktop. It's on the desktop. No. Yeah, maybe. Oh no, it's not there. Dang it. Would it be under C maybe? Program files maybe? I'm not sure. Internet Explorer? I don't have Internet Explorer. Okay. Sure, why not? We'll see if we will connect. Really? What's going on here? Wine Gecko installer. What is it installing though? It's installing. Hey, how to register your? Huh? Can I still do this? Is this still a thing you can do? I'm just wondering, like, what do I get from it from doing this? Probably nothing, right? Gosh, man, these eyewitness books. I remember them. They were so cool. They're always the coolest thing. Because for some reason, they're just the coolest thing. I don't know why. Get out of this. I don't need it. Very cool. Nah. Let's get out of this. Let's not use this. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a different random one. Where are we now? We're in Africa. We're in, like, southern more. Africa? Yeah, okay. Collecting. Just collecting in general?
Collecting Collecting is a hobby that many people enjoy at some time in their lives. You can collect anything, but some of the more popular items are stamps, shells, or coins. Many objects go up in value as time passes, and so some people collect as an investment.
Yeah. That's the, like, dumb thing about collecting sometimes. It's all, like, the people who think it's going to go up in value, like, the video game ones where they're like, yeah, video games are always going to be more, collectible. It's like, no, there's some times where just people don't care. And that's the thing. Does the next generation give a hoot? There's other gold and silver where inherently it's always going to have value. Always going to be worth at least what you paid for, because it's never really going to go down. You know? At least that's what everyone tells me. I always hear it as like, the best investment is gold and silver, which I still don't understand, because if gold and silver is backed by the dollar, right? If gold and silver is backed by the dollar, or is not backed by the dollar, or if the dollar is not backed by gold and silver, and gold and silver is worth money, what do you do if you're, because they always talk about it like, don't invest in like anything that would be worth money. Invest in gold and silver, because if you invest in gold and silver, you'll always have value. You'll always have money. You'll always have like something. It's like, but no, I can't. Yeah, but that's a stupid. That doesn't make sense to me, because I can't use it. Because they're saying it in this. Well, if the money just crashes, like the value of money is just like there's no value in money, right? Money's just gone, just completely gone. And I'm like, yeah, but if it's completely gone, I can't go to the store and buy something with gold. I can't say, here's X amount of gold. I can't. I just can't. It doesn't work that way. Therefore, what's the point? I'm not saying there isn't a point. I'm saying because it has a value in dollars, that's the only reason why it works. Why you would want to buy it. Why you would want to use it. Because you could sell it and get money for it. It's weird because there's all these people who also... There's all these like groups of people who are like, no, buy the gold because gold is going to be the best future for everything. It's like, well, okay. But you haven't gotten to that point yet. You haven't like created established a like... I wouldn't say society per se, but established a like group of... a place where you live on gold. Gold is the value. Gold is the standard. Gold is the currency, right? No. You haven't. Therefore, you're still relying on money in some way. So your whole idea of, well, buy gold because it's better and we're going to get off the dollar by buying gold. It's the same as buying cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency only has value because it's because it's back. It has a monetary money dollar amount. One Bitcoin is worth X amount of money, of dollars. But if they wanted to get off of money and use cryptocurrency only, they don't have value outside of being worth money. They haven't created a thing where we figured out and we've told people, okay, so 3 cryptocurrency, that's money. That is 3 Bitcoin is money. That is just like what it is. So 3 is 3, it is whatever. And then there's other ones that... No, they haven't done that yet. So because of that, that's why I think... Because that's the only reason. It's not useful yet. It's not useful yet. Well, you can pay with Bitcoin. Yep, sure. But, like, I just use money at that point. What's the point? Like, because it's the episode... It's a video that tested me. Adam Savage just tested me, like... I want to say, like, 15 years ago. 10, 15 years ago. And it was, like... It was them buying... They bought, I think... $400 worth of Bitcoin or something, I think. So it wasn't even 1 Bitcoin. And from a Bitcoin, it was Norm and... not Joey. What's Norm and... The other guy who left. The guy used to be on there but left. What was his name? Norm and... Norm and... Okay, Google. Who's a member of Tested... who left Tested, the YouTube channel, used to be on very frequently, with Adam presenting stuff. Will. And Will. With Norman Will. And they bought like $400 worth of Bitcoin, and then they like went around looking to see like, what can I do with my Bitcoin? Where can I buy something with Bitcoin? Will you, and they went to a few different places, and like one taco stand bought like, I accepted your Bitcoin. That was it. Because the two of them went in to buy Bitcoin. And then at the end of the episode, they sold the Bitcoin. And because it's so volatile, meaning it's so unstable too, I think they lost money on the Bitcoin. By like, not by like a crazy amount, but by like enough. Because it's 400 and something they bought. And in that video, I'm watching going, but what's the point? It's just, couldn't I just have bought with that X amount of money in that? Yeah, but it could go up. Like, sure, it could go up. Yeah. There's a video I just saw, or like a thumbnail of a video, and I think the title was like, it was like something like unexpected cryptocurrency billionaire. I'm like, cool. But that's a fluke thing. That's like one guy coming off, That's one guy thinking, or not thinking, but like somehow getting big on it. It's like all the places where, if there's, I don't know, it's dumb. At least it's not as dumb as NFTs. NFTs have no perceived value whatsoever in anything yet. We haven't made it into a thing. It's only valuable because somebody said it's valuable. At least with Bitcoin, you could like argue, you could create a whole financial system if you really wanted to and set it up, whatever. Problem or thing is like with NFTs is there is no point to it. There is nothing yet. It's only valuable in money. That's it. There's not the deed to my house yet. It's not the thing that's tied to the other thing because you own it. I don't understand exactly how it works, but I hear it's like you can use it as a deed to your house. You can use it as ownership of something because you like own it. I don't know how it works, but yeah. Even if you look at as NFTs as art, I've talked about this multiple times before, but if you talk about NFTs, look at NFTs as art, like digital art, I think that's stupid because it's sitting on a like on the blockchain, right? On a Web3 either website or blockchain, whatever, right? And if that just stops existing, I think it was Mr. Who's the Boss made a video about how stupid NFTs are in the sense that they're stupid if you think of them as art because digital art, because if that website stops existing, if that link to your piece of art that you bought stops existing, your art just gone. Your art just poops away. Poo-poos away. Poops away. So, like, it's gone. Sorry. Or if you stop the ownership, oh, well, they dissolved. They don't exist anymore. The person selling it, sold it to, doesn't exist anymore, or the company or whatever. I think that was the thing that happened with, like, the monkeys or something, the Bored Apes or something. Somebody wanted to make, like, a Bored Ape movie, animated movie or something, and then he lost the rights to it or something. I don't remember exactly what the details were to that. It was something, like, weird. Although, all I'm saying is it's stupid. But anyway, that's just that. And I'm saying collecting, they do that stupid thing, too, where, like, the video game guys were like, oh, it's only going to go up, obviously. Like, duh. And who is really, pushing that? Who is really, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Who's really, like, behind all of that? The people who were involved in WADA and Heritage Auctions, guys. What was their name? Heritage Auctions, like, not CEO, but head guy. What was it? Dennis something or other. I was like, okay. Those are the people that were saying, yeah, it's always going to go up. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, you better get it in now. You better make, And they made this artificially inflated, like... But nobody looked at it in a logical way and went, well, wait a sec. How many of these games are there? Well, because the one that I was listening to the ZU podcast, and they were just baffled when, like, Mario 64, because they were like, went for, I think it was over $1 million, something like that. And I was like, what? What? How? No, no. Because it is not worth $1 million, because how many of those were made? how many of those were made, how many, and then they were just kind of looking at it like it's just stupid to collect these things to in that way. Collect them if you want, but like complete inbox or sealed games, it's like why? What the no? What? This is dumb. They were just looking at it like this is dumb to do that. They weren't like going to judge you or anything, but like I didn't like you're a worse human being. It was like what? No, just don't. And then when it was $1 million, like no, that's one of those games where like no, people had like there were millions of these made. Like it's not a rare game. It's not a elusive game. It's not a game worth money. Although there are some games that are worth money that they made, decent amounts of. So I don't know, but yeah. Because none of them are worth like billions of dollars, but they're worth enough. They're worth enough. They're worth like, oh yeah, they're not worth nothing basically. But yeah, weird. That one. And then all the games after like that, like GameCube, maybe not GameCube, but maybe the generation after that's like Wii, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. They're going to be worth almost worthless because there's going to be so many that have been produced. Just millions and millions and millions and millions produced. And then you get the Xbox One and PS4 and all that stuff. People who think there's going to be a few of those people who are like, well, I bought 2 of them, every single one. So my sealed copy is going to be worth like $1 million. Like, yeah. You and everybody else. You and a whole bunch of other people did. Not everybody else, but like everybody else. But like you and a bunch of other people did too. So, thinking that they're going to have a lot. Now there's 100 sealed and you can find them not so hard, It's like the starch or the collectible glasses and the toys that are, well, I bought 2, about one to keep and one to play with and one to keep sealed and keep it good forever. It's like, well, yeah, you're not some sort of like, genius, you're not some, oh, you figured it out. You're not special. So many people did that with certain things, certain collectibles, so. And yeah, we might get to the point where nobody cares. Does the next generation care about Mario 64? Like, will the next generations care about Mario 64? Do they? Probably do now, but would they care about him? I don't know, right? Could end up like Elvis memorabilia or toy trains. They're huge. They were huge. Those 2 collectible markets were huge. I knew. No, I didn't know anybody, but I've heard of people like I heard from people that they were so big, and oh yeah, Lionel trains were humongous at one point, and now train shows are like, and they were. I don't know if this is true, but they were like, maybe I wouldn't say Comic-Con levels, but they were definitely like convention levels of like, wow, there's a lot of people here, thousands of people that would go to these like train shows, and now there's less than 100. And it's all people that are like 75 and over, and they're all trying to convince their like grandchildren and like children of that age, or they're like, oh, like, trains are cool. And they are cool. Don't get me wrong. The problem with them is they're just way too much to collect because you always have to have it set up. And well, you don't always have to have it set up, but like taking it down and setting it up is cumbersome, and it's annoying, and it's and it takes up so much space, and it's not something that's easily done. And those, like, when you see the shows, I'm like, oh my gosh, it must be so much work to put these shows together, because you got to take it, you got to set it up properly, you got to do it. Maybe they have their like technique now, and they're like down, and they know exactly how to do it. And they got their like whole routine, they got their whole thing. But man, I love it. I think it's so cool. It's just problem with me is it's not dirt cheap, and nobody really sells them anymore. Let's go see, actually. You know what? Let's go see. Does anybody still make trains? Oh, boy. Toy Electric. Oh. Trains. Ah. What did I do here? Did I turn something on? Just like. Yeah, I did just slightly. No, I want to turn this down though. No. No. There. I think right. Yeah. There. Good. So let's see if there's any. Wayfair sells electric trains. Electric locomotive sets? No. Well, they have train stuff, but not. What is that? Is that like one of those cheap plastic ones? I think it is. That's a wooden one. Okay. So no, not here. eBay, obviously, yeah, sure. eBay's one of those, like, yeah, model trains. Model trains. There you go. Electric trains, model trains, model trains, model trains, model trains. Is there a market for this? Because look, like, 175. This is, what is this? Whole scale train, HO scale train, cleaning car. Okay, this stuff, $69. Like, if they were maybe a quarter of that, you could buy a train for 20. Amazon. No, see, this seems like cheap stuff. Decline. See, it seems cheap. And this is all Canadian dollars, so it's going to be slightly cheaper in US dollar. But $100 for what, though? Like, what is this? Please show me what this is. Can you show me like an actual picture, or is it just going to be all these dumb, like, rendered? Yeah, it looks plastic. See, look, grab me this, and then look. It looks like those really cheap plastic ones people would have. I even had one. You put on your tree. I go around in a circle. Yeah, exactly. See? Yeah. Yeah. They're just going around in circles on a tree, in a tree, for your Christmas tree. So yeah. So model trains. Model trains. Toy model. Let's see. Model trains. No, like real model trains. Like Lionel's train still exists. Wow. Yeah, okay. $299.98, I think. No. Are you? You're not. That's that's $4,000. Yeah, that's $4,000. What are you? I'm sorry. What are you getting for $4,000? MSRP is $4,000. What are you getting with this? No way. I don't. What? I mean, sure. I knew there was, either trying to get money out of it or value, whatever. I don't even know. Are people buying this though? That's $1,000. That's $500 for what? If I go to the complete, like, Lionel was a big guy, so if I go to, like, can I sort by highest first? Go to highest first, yeah. Yeah, that's that one. What are you getting? Please note that the art pictured above is subject to change. Sure, but what are you getting? All it says is full details. There you go. Let's read the full details. What? You're not going to tell me any full... There you go. Undeniably one of the great trains of the 20th century and the most famous of the Chicago, LA Streamliners, Santa Fe Super Chief. What am I getting? Features. 2 legacy FD locomotives with sound, powered legacy. Bada. Okay, actually, I didn't think of that. You could be paying a lot for like the electronics, because it's a whole thing with tracks and sets and power boxes and stations and whatevers and power supplies and all that kind of stuff. Look, I'm not a genius on this stuff, so I don't know exactly what goes into this, but like, yeah, okay. I didn't think of that. Also, I didn't think of shipping either. I don't know how much. Like, what even is it you're getting? Where's the size? Is there like a size? Okay, here. So you're getting super power bases and bagger cars, and you're getting super sound Pullman, and you're getting Vista Vision domes, and you're getting quite a lot actually. Locomotive features, LED lighting and fan-driven smoke and track IR in lead. I don't know what F3 is. But I just want to know there a size to this whole shipping thing? Dimensions. There you go. Length 204 inches. How many feet is 204 inches? $17 feet? Now, is that just for the train? No. No, this whole thing is 17 feet, right? I don't know. Maybe it's not that crazy, actually. Well, it seems a lot, but at least you're getting a lot of this. You're getting a lot of stuff with it. You're not just getting a train. Can you buy just a train? Let's see. New releases, train sets. No, I just want tracks and power, Lionel categories. Okay, yeah, trains. If I can, what if I just want just a locomotive? I'm supposed to be in the section that says just locomotives. At least I thought I am. And you're still, look, and it's still $2,000, $2,700, $2,500, $2,400. What? What are you getting for this? No, but seriously, are you getting more than just a train? I just wanted to know how much can I buy just a train. Feature set includes Vision Hudson vending tender, Vandy tender. I don't know what that means. Freight Sound PS1 boxcar. Yeah, okay. I guess. I have no idea. Okay. I'm sorry, but I don't know what the heck I'm. Oh, you're getting die-cast metal cards, and you're getting synchronized fan-driven smoke, and you're getting adjustable smoke outputs, and you're getting, well, no, for digital addressing. No, these are what they can do. Features, not what it comes with. I just want to know, can I buy just a train? I think this might be just a train. Let me look. I don't think it's coming with IR and red words with cab glass windows, rolling stock features, additional freight sounds boxcar features. $69.25. What's $69.25? Let's go 69. 69.25 is 5 feet. That could be a train, yeah. I guess if it comes with more than one car, but I thought it was in the locomotive section where I was just getting a locomotive. Am I getting basically everything here, but not necessarily what I see here? Like, it could be a different color, or you might get this one, you might get, I don't know, something else. I don't know. I don't know. Pre-order. These aren't even things you can buy now. Got a pre-order? What? The new releases, okay. I like this. Am I just getting this for $2,000? What the heck? Maybe they had to become really expensive because nobody's buying them anymore. 28.5 centimeters. Sorry, inches. 28.5. 28.5. Let's see. 20.5, 20.5, 20.5. 2 feet. Yeah, okay. That sounds about right. Let's go look at YouTube and see if there's any, like, Lionel trains. How do you spell it? How do you spell their website? Oh, Lion L. Lionel trains. What comes up when you look up Lionel trains? Like, if you want to get them now, Lionel. This was done 2 weeks ago. Okay. Cut this. Kill this. Go here. Give me the damn thing. I just want to know, like. Stop. Well, if we're not going to do this now, we'll go back here and switch it over to this. Yeah. I'm going to kill this now because I want this right now. I'm going to look at this and see.
S2 has returned to Lionel Stables. The mighty Pennsy S2 has returned to Lionel Stables, and we're going to check it out right now on Air
Lionel. Air Exchange.
So, I myself had a Lionel Scale S2 back in 2013, but I don't anymore. So when they brought it back out again, I made sure to get one, and I actually ended up getting two. That's why I've got a Chelsea shirt on instead of a Pennsy shirt. See why in just a moment. So, without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. Alright, so here we have the two S2.
So yeah, what is I just want to know, like, how much did you pay for this, and are they good? So you get, okay, so you got a train in it, and a coal car? Is that what it's called? Or what's that thing called? Is that called a coal car? Might be called a coal car. But yeah. Man. I don't really care. I just want to, like...
But as you saw when we unboxed the engine, Lionel also included this new O-gauge coupler, which you can go on the underside, you can swap it out, and that way if you want to double head these things, or double head it with any other engine you might have, that's what you would use. And in fact, we'll be doing that when we do the running part of this video in a few minutes. Above that, you can see all this wonderful texture here. Then we've got the smoke box.
That's a price. Okay, what did you pay for it?
The next thing I want to do is talk about the price on these models. And I want to do it in the context of comparing what you got on the previous run.
No, I don't care. I just want to know how much you paid for it. I really don't care. I just want to know how much...
$1,300. Now that's a lot of money. The S2 had a retail price right at $1,300. Now that's a lot of money.
What?
$1,300 back in 2013.
Yeah, okay.
2025 Volume 1 catalog, the S2
There's a catalog?
retail price right at $1,400. So the
And that's just for the train, and it's local, and it's whatever it's called, coal car. Oh my gosh! But it's probably that thing where because they're not buying them enough, there isn't enough stock demand, so they have to make them expensive for and the train guys who are still train guys, I guess, do really buy them, and yeah, okay. And so it's not like a
we are ready to move it out now.
crazy thing for them.
S2s on its own for a little bit, and then we'll ratchet up the fun by running them as a
Sure.
competitor.
Because there isn't enough people buying them, so because not enough people buying them, they have to make the prices really high. Because the supply is not there's no demand for them. Nobody wants them, nobody cares. Because it's not a thing kids do anymore. They don't go sit and play with trains anymore. Also, I just clicked a random video, so I don't know what this is. I just clicked a random video of a guy reviewing a train. Ooh, at least the cars light up, and there's a lot of stuff about it. I always thought it was so cool and impressive. Oh, you put all this together. It's really cool. It's really impressive. It's really this, really that. But I just don't have the money for this hobby. This hobby's way expensive. Stupid expensive. Dumb expensive. At this day and age, it's dumb expensive. Maybe I could get them on eBay. Maybe I can go to eBay. Let's see. Not that I'm saying I ever want to get into this hobby. It always is a cool hobby, just... Trains, there. Here, boy. Also, tracks, okay? I got tracks here, right? But then what do I do with the, electric and the motor? And oh, yeah! I've seen this thing, and I always thought this was cool. I always thought it was cool. I would love to build one of these in a house one day if I wanted to. House one day in the future. This stuff. Doing these things where you put it on your ceiling and you just let it walk around. I was thinking putting it right on the edge of your wall. This guy put it in the middle of his ceiling, but I would put it on the edge of my wall and watch it go through. Oh, that'd be so cool. But that's one of those things that you do when you're designing your house. If you have the means to design your own house, sometimes you don't have the means. Although I had a friend who had a house and then they completely demolished the entire house, 100% gone down to the ground, and started over and built an entirely new house. So, an entirely new house, 100% just from scratch. I'm like, how much does that cost? And he goes, I think he said, I don't know if it was true because this is just the kid saying that. I don't know if he knew all the details, but apparently he said it was like, oh yeah, it was actually cheaper than renovating the house. Because it's cheaper than trying to like have to like jerry rig things into other things, like figure out how to add this in with this and that, and And it's like, oh. It's like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah. It's actually easier than... I'm like, okay then. Because I can design it once, I don't have to, like, find a way to, like, work around and get it. No. Like, oh, okay. You're selling, like, the hookable ones. Okay. Pretty cool. But where do you put the, like... Oh, they got a video, too. Nice. Are we running? See, I always like that stuff. I'm kind of just letting it run. Because it doesn't take up floor space, so I'm not going to knock into it if I put it on my ceiling, you know? Although, I don't know how to, like... Okay, is there a way to turn off the sound? Not sure. If not, yikes. As in, Santa who? Santa Monica, Santa Fe, Santa Cruz, Santa... Real track picture coming soon. Oh, real track picture, meaning like picture. Oh. So yeah. Okay, that's cool. But like what are these things going for and where can I get them and can I get them cheap? No, but what am I paying for here? Am I just buying ceiling hangers? I'm just buying a hanger for $6. Okay. Okay, I'm not buying the train. Okay. Like this. Like that doesn't seem too crazy. $200 for what am I even getting? $200 for like pieces with a train? They're engine car. Well, those trains in general are not a thing in United States. It's weird. Or in like in North America, really. I mean, there's a train that goes across Canada. There's a train that goes across America, but the American one apparently nobody really uses, or at least it's like not nearly as good. The tickets are expensive and it's really slow. There's so many stops. Europe is just really very designed for trains. That's how you get around like everywhere. You can get from almost any country to any other country with a train, almost. And it's like, and because the countries are so small, countries are so small, you can get to them in like hours rather than days, or maybe like a day, it's rather than like us where my mother went across Canada from the east to the west. She went completely to the other side of the west, right? And it took her like, I want to say a week. I don't know exactly if it was a week, but it was like days and days and days and days. I know that. 3 or 4 days at least. And yeah, so. Whereas 3 or 4 days, you'd have gone through like, I want to say you would have gone through at least 2 or 3 countries in Europe. If you're just strictly, boom. I know a friend who did like she was doing she was university studying in France. And then she did like a scavenger hunt thing. I was watching all this on Snapchat, and she went to like, from France to I need to look at a map, but she went from just to see like, is that actually that crazy? Let's see. France to, oh, never mind. France to Germany's not that crazy. She had to go through at least one country, correct? Yeah, either Belgium or Luxembourg. And I think she went through Belgium. So, Belgium to Germany. But that showed. She did it in like, she went on a train and it took her like no time to do so. Like a day or something. Or whatever. You could be in the same damn province. A couple of hours and you're in a whole different country. Depending where, obviously, but here we could be. Cause I think I met a guy from France, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you can do," or something. He was saying something about you can do somewhere. I think I might have been France in like a couple of hours, and I went, A couple hours, you're still in the same province here. 12 hours of driving and you're still in the same province here. You can do 12 hours of driving and you're still in the same province here. So anyway, yeah. Trains, man. Holy moly. See, that's not bad. Lion Electric train. Am I getting the actual train? Am I paying for the actual train? Am I getting all of this? No, this is a different one. Okay. But that's how much? Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. That's the thing, though. Then you need to be able to figure out how to set up all your tracks, and you have to set up your, Are those tracks? Yeah, okay, good. Now, are those tracks, or what are these? Yeah, they are tracks. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then you need to prepare a platform for them and a whole thing. It's, yeah, it's more than just buying a train, putting it on the ground. Although, I, like many other children of my generation, did do the whole Thomas the Tank Engine stuff and, like, the Brio trains. How much are they going for? Brio trains. Like, how much are they going for? These things. How much are they going for? $65? $63? I had that exact train. I had this exact train car right here. I didn't have this one, I don't think. The, Mallard. I don't think so, anyway. But yeah, I like this kind of stuff. Yeah, I had a bunch of these kind of stuff, too. $45? Jeez Louise, man. I guess I could sell them. I still have them. I have lots of tracks and sell them. I guess I could sell them, but problem is it's a lot of work and it's a lot and it's huge, big, and it's like, oh my gosh, $25 for just two split. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Although this is just what people are trying to get for it. Where's like sold items and completed listings? What are people actually selling them for? Yeah, okay, something like this, $50. Is that the electric one? Yeah. No, I want to see the original listing. I just want to see like I'm trying to see like if that's the electric train. Yeah, okay. I had one of these in blue, or maybe I had the exact one, I don't know. It's electric that light up. I had a bunch of these things, all these wooden tracks, and oh, that one has electric too. Okay. I didn't know if that was electric or not. You know, I think I might have had one of these or something. These look familiar. Smart Start Kit. Oh, it like knows when to start and stop. Is that what it is? Okay. Well, these are not so bad. Thomas. What? Thomas the Tank Engine. There we go. This kind of stuff. No, that's Bob the Builder. But behind it is Thomas the Tank Engine. This kind of stuff. No, I did not have that one. Oh, wow. There's a whole bunch of sold Thomas the Tank Engine listings. Like, what did... These are Thomas the Tank Engine trains, yeah. And how much do they want for them? 1 Great Britain pound or... Yeah, okay. Great British pound, I think, right? I believe so. For all of them, or what are you getting? Genuine Thomas and Friends engines from Brio, wooden train track with combined post. Combined post, okay. You telling me every single one of these? Oh, yeah, you are. Okay. Huh. These worth a lot of money? Doesn't seem like it. Don't know, though. Anyway. Trains are just the weird one. Okay. Oh. I was saying that because I was just saying, like, yeah, but what happens with video games when kids don't care about anything? Like, that's why 90% of Atari games are $5 or less. And you could get a Harmony cart and just put them all. I have a Harmony cart. You can put them all on it and just never worry about it again. It's cool to collect, to have like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, some of the arcade games, E.T., Star Wars, the Star Wars games. What else? The Sword Quest. That's it though. Everything else, just play it on a freaking thing. It's cool to own those ones, but play it on a... I thought to myself, that would be the only thing I'd ever want to collect in the future. That's it. Atari games. Atari 2600. Because I love me a good Atari 2600. I really do. There's something about it. It just really holds... And no. It doesn't really hold up in the sense that, like, no. But there's something about them that the simplicity for me, just I like how simple it is, how it isn't complicated. Or at least most of them aren't super complicated. And then you'll get those games every so often, you're like, they crammed a heck of a lot into a game where you're like, what? Like, feels like a Star or something game where you're like a guy at the bottom of the screen. And it had like the most complicated controls I'd ever heard in my life. It was like if you hold left and click it, it does one thing. If you click up, it does another. If you do up and click the button, it's another action. If you go left, it's another action. If you go down, it's another action. If you click and down, it's another action. I was like, holy moly, what? And it's one button. Wow. But yeah, I just like how simple and easy and like and charming it all makes it out to be. It's simple, it works. It's not complicated. Anyway, I like. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they're not worth anything. Nobody cares. Nobody cares for them. Nobody cares for Atari games because nobody cares. It's gonna happen with the rest of them, and that's the thing with technology. Also, the collecting of technology is just not going to be a thing anymore. Or like, because it's cool to see things like, because there's a difference between nobody cares and it's obsolete and doesn't really work anymore and can't really work and is stupid to get running or whatever to practically use. So, one is like, cause I've talked about it like this where it's. Talk about it like this, where there's two different types of old technology. There's old and obsolete, and old and like, this is still usable though, it's still good. Fridge from the 19 XYZ, right? 70s, 50s to 70s, something around there. As long as it was kept decent, like, you could pretty well use that today. That's a old and good. Old and obsolete is like a VHS camera or Super 8 camera or mini DV camera. It's like, yeah, that's all like, no, it's a heck of a lot of work to get running. It's not good quality. It's not better. It's not any of that stuff. It's like DVDs versus VHS. It's like, okay, or vinyl versus VHS, right? Vinyl is like, oh no, this actually sounds different. This is a different experience. It may be exactly how the artist intended it to be sound and all that stuff. A VHS tape, don't go and tell me that this is what they wanted. This is how they wanted it to sound. This is. They may have maybe leaned into like knowing how the VHS looks to get what, but no. If you can see it in 4K, why would you ever watch it on VHS? There's no point. It's not a different, better, or it's not like there's just a like a richer or like a analog or like, no, none of that stuff. That people always talk about with like records. No. But DVDs, they might not be 4K. They might not be crazy expensive. They might not be. Sorry, they might not be 4K. They might not be crazy high quality or like surround sound and any of that stuff, Dolby, whatever, but they're not worse than what you're seeing on TV, really. And if they are, they're not by a long shot. So there, it's like, that's old and useful. And because everybody is hating how you don't own any digital copy of anything, really, for media, you buy something on Amazon digitally, you buy something on Apple or iTunes digitally, you buy something on what are the other places now? Like Google Play videos, movies, whatever, Google Play TV, whatever it is called now. You don't own it because they could just rip it out from under you whenever you want. People are like, yeah, I'm like, they're looking into DVDs. They're like, oh, let's get a DVD player and get it back into DVDs. Because the peak of that whole streaming thing was 2000, like the height was like 2013 to 18, I want to say. Maybe even 19. And then people started realizing, wait a sec. You can rip it from under me, but I want to own that. And that's why people are ripping their DVDs and making Plex servers and Jellyfin servers and EMBY, I think, MB servers, because they're going, this is stupid. I want to own my own thing. I want to be able to use my thing. I want to be able to have my thing. I think, personally, that you should get a digital copy of anything you buy. Like, you should get a file for anything you buy. Anything digital you buy. So you're buying a book. You're buying a audio book. You're buying a movie. You're buying a TV show. You're buying music. You should not just, oh, I have it here and it's DRMs. No, I think personally you should have. That should be exactly what. You should be able to get your digital copy of that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Buy a game, I should have a digital, like, file for it. Not just like, I have the thing that only works on my thing. Or sorry, on the thing that it was intended for. No. Because I don't understand people like Nintendo, where it's like, Nintendo, right? You're losing money on the system, right? Or I don't know if Nintendo is, but I know that it had been a thing that, and it had been known for a while that they're losing money on, that most of the companies, that they lose money on, that the companies lose money on their systems and make money on their games, like PlayStation and Xbox, so Microsoft and Sony. Don't know if Nintendo is losing money on it, but I wouldn't be surprised. Right? But yeah. Why do you care how I play it? I bought your game. I gave you your, whatever, 60, 70, 80, 90 bucks. Just let me play it however I want to play it. That's just my opinion. Now, is that legal? No. No. They have legal precedents to tell me you cannot do it that way. It's not, like, you can't. Like, I can't, but. And technically, the whole, like, ripping your DVDs is that whole thing of, too. It's like, I don't think legally you're allowed to have a backup of your DVDs. Because whenever someone says you're allowed to have a backup of your games, 100%, you're allowed to have a backup of games, like, no, that depends on where in the U.S. you are, what state you are, where in the world you are. Because most people who talk about this are people in the U.S., but, like, in Canada, it's the same thing, too, where it's like, no. I'm pretty sure there is no, like, in Canada, you're not allowed to rip DVDs. But for me, I don't care. Morally, I don't care. If I own the thing here, I prove that I own it. I have a physical copy. Boom. I have it on DVD. I rip it. I don't care. The weird thing too is, but iTunes literally allowed you to do that. Like, you could rip a DVD, like a CD. You could rip a CD. Like, there wasn't any kind of, like, nobody had a problem with that. Legally, ethically, morally, nobody had a problem with that. But now it's like, oh, you can't have your DVD though. You can't have your movie. No, that's illegal. What? Why? Like, why? Why is iTunes allowed to be a thing where you can rip your DVD, or I think you could even do it in Microsoft, like, what was it called? Media? No. What was it called? Okay, Google. What was Microsoft's Media Center thing that allowed you to rip DVDs? Or not DVDs, rip CDs. What was it called? Windows Media Player. Yeah, Windows Media Player. It gave that file then a DRM, if I'm not mistaken. And I think iTunes has a DRM on it too. Which is annoying, but not hard to get off nowadays. People have figured it out, and you just go on a website and gone, right? I think so. Pretty sure. Anyway, for me, it's just like, okay. But yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, it's like, okay. You know, like, okay. You know, it's like, for me, it's like, yeah, okay, sure. As in, like, Yeah, sure. I guess. But yeah, like it's like really bizarre to me. It's like CDs are allowed to do that. DVDs, no, no, not at all. It's like what? Why? I don't understand. And books is not like a. Although books are harder because books they probably have to create some sort of software like a optical character recognition kind of thing where you scan your own book yourself, like because not every book is on the internet. Not every single book is on the internet, and because of that, it's not easy to like just put it on either. So that's a different thing, and that's actually a big process. Oy. But yeah, so anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so personally, in my opinion, I just feel like you should have a digital copy of anything you buy. Book, movie, whatever. If the file exists somewhere, obviously, you should be able to give it to me as a file that I'm allowed to just have. Because I was asking also recently, like, where can I get movies? Where can I get music that's not iTunes for my iPod? And it was, people were like, oh, here, try this website and that website. Make sure that you can get it. Like, and then and a lot of people are like, just Google it. But make sure that you can have the MP3 file when you, like, you just have the MP3 file. Like, okay. Because it'll tell you somewhere that here you can have the MP3 file. And you're not just, like, getting it on some website that you have to sign into and have a DRM experience. You know, an experience with DRM'd media. Because that's stupid. So, it is dumb. Because that's the thing I don't understand, right? At least in my opinion. People like Nintendo and these people, why are they like making their brands worse than they are? If they could just do the GOG route, where GOG allows you, 100% it allows you to just, you get the physical, boom, bam, you have the physical, not physical, sorry, you have the, like, file to run it. Here's the exe, there you go, have fun. That's it, have fun. You can just have the exe. It's weird, in my opinion. It's like, what? Why are they still making, like, Nintendo's, like, it's because people will buy it. Nintendo, it's like, because people will buy Nintendo, so that is like, okay, I can see that, but Microsoft and them where they're just like digging, like Sony's digging its own grave in the sense that Sony is, they just made I say just, but it was actually quite a while ago, but their last thing they did was they made the the Sony PlayStation 5 Pro, is it? That was $700, and people are like, this is insane. This is stupid. Well, what the heck? No, it's dumb. And I'm like, yeah, no, it is. Like, it is. And it is. It is dumb. It actually is dumb. I don't get why. Like, it baffles my mind as to why Microsoft doesn't just completely can Xbox and say, we're not making Xboxes anymore. And just going, we're going to put all our effort into making it on Windows. Just be like, yeah, it's Game Pass on Windows, or it's Game Pass on everything, anything with an internet connection. It's Stadia for Game Pass, Stadia for video games, or Stadia for Microsoft stuff. Stadia. Stadia. This Stadia, like, I just want to see Stadia. Like, Stadia was a thing. It's not a thing anymore. Stadia's still a website. Yeah, but where did it get to? Where did it go to? Switch to Bluetooth mode in the UK? Where did it get me to, though? Because that's the thing. Stadia was an amazing idea. It just was implemented terribly because of one video that I saw by... it wasn't even that you didn't have enough bandwidth, right? It was that... Because it was a video by Metal Jesus who explained it's not about the bandwidth. It's not about how fast you can have things come in. It's how much you're allowed to have per month. It was this, like, constant initial thing. And you'd have to pay, like, stupid amounts of money or something like that. It was, like, incredibly high to have it, like, to not... Because you can have, like, it in sessions or something, but, like, I was some technical stuff that I didn't really understand, but it was from what I can remember, it was something to the effect of it didn't work. Or it was going to be really expensive because you had to pay for, like, a lot of amount of bandwidth, not how much, like, not how fast, but how much you were allowed to use per month or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, so that just wouldn't work. And for the normal person, it just wouldn't work ever. Just the Netflix of things. It's the same reason we're like, Nintendo, you still have a system, right? You still have a system. So you can have 100% of the money on your system if you just make... Why are you not making a Netflix of video games where you take every possible video game you can have on like NES or on Super Nintendo or whatever? Like, what the heck? Sure. There are games that, you can't get the license to or you don't want to pay for the license for. Fine. Or get every possible game that you could get on there. That you made or that are open or that are whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just weird. So, I'm not saying it's terrible, but I'm saying it's like, oh, God. Why are you... You gotta give an incentive for them to use it. Yeah, but it's stupid. The incentive isn't even good. Some of the games are great. Like, I don't need the original Mario 2 and Mario 3, Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 again for the 50 bajillionth time. I don't need random game that no one's gonna play. Tennis on Black Box Tennis. Like, no, nobody cares. Or like, I don't know. I'm just saying, it's weird. In my opinion. And it's a weird thing, like, Nintendo's the only one that's gonna survive. Because I've already heard people say, nope, that's $700 for the PlayStation 5 Pro is stupid. Xbox doesn't have great games that are exclusives, that are, like, amazing, that are reasons to buy. So I don't care. I'm surprised they don't create, like, computers. They don't sell, like pre-built computers. And Microsoft doesn't sell pre-built computers. I mean, they're kind of doing this with, like, what was it, like, Windows 10? It was, like, Windows 10 gaming or something? Gaming? Not gaming optimized, like, or Windows gaming or something? No, it's like Windows gaming, I think. Windows gaming or something? Not gaming laptop. It's like Windows gaming or something. We tried the new gaming version of Windows, yeah. That's a video I saw from Linus, from the WAN show. Linus Tech Tips from the WAN show. And I'm like, ugh. Yeah, why don't they just do this? Why don't they create this gaming version of Windows and put it on, like, computers? And then say, yeah, it also has the desktop version if you really want. Like Steam OS, right? That's where Microsoft is going to lose a lot of people if the impoopification of Windows with subscriptions and AI and no local accounts, and it's all online connected, and they can steal your data, and they can sell your data, and they can mine your data, and they can the people are gonna realize, ooh, I don't like this, and then things like Linux are gonna come up. You know, when SteamOS becomes this desktop thing, it's like maybe that's the thing. Because they talked about in the LAN show, they talked about, well, how can we make Windows better? And Luke goes, make it Linux, and Linus is like, no, it wouldn't work. And I kind of agree with him, because the thing is, because I think he made the point of, they don't sell it to you and me. They don't sell Windows to you and me. They're not making millions of dollars on Windows for you and me. It's not where they go for. It's not where they are. It's not what they are. It's not how they are. It's not who they are. Not even close. They don't care. They don't care. They don't. They don't care. Like, that's just not where they're getting the money. They've given up. It's the enterprise people. It's the not enterprise. Sorry. It's the OEMs. Shut up. It's the OEMs. System integrator. Not OEM. Sorry. The system integrators who are buying bulk licenses and making millions of dollars. They're making millions of dollars. They are. They're like. They are. Sorry, I'm just trying to log into something here. Do something here. Oh. Where is it? I don't know how to go back. Here you go. There, that's what I want. So yeah. What do you There. So yeah. Yeah, they make their money off of them. And so because they make their money off of those guys, and if they made this Windows that worked with Windows, or sorry, it's Linux that worked with, because he's like, make Windows a Linux distribution, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Oh, okay. Right, what just happened? Oh. Oh no, what just happened? Okay. Oh no, can I read? I don't know what it is. No, I have one. Trouble logging in. Oh, dang it. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out here. What? No, that's right. I think I wrote it wrong. There we go. Cool. Now the email should come. There you go. I don't know what happened there before. Anyway, I'm trying to just reset something. Don't worry. I don't know. Anyway. No, I have one. And if I say, what do I say? Nah. Okay. Yeah. So. Right? Why don't you just like? Yeah. I'm like the problem is there is if it all just works, what's the? Because what just happened? Right? Where it's like, oh. Yeah. So I don't care. But yeah. So yeah. At least in my opinion. Yeah. So Linus was talking about how like, well, they would make all their software just work in Linux, be compatible completely, like natively compatible. So he's talking about how emulating ARM, like making compatible with ARM, is a big thing, right? And so he's like, well, if that's a big thing, it wouldn't be so much harder to make, you know, to make it Linux compatible. So just like, why don't we just do it, kind of thing. Cool, cool. And to me, that is like a okay. Yeah, but yeah, right. But he falls in the category of like, well, why would the OEM care then? Why would the OEM give a hoot if he can just get it for free, and the things just work on Linux? They don't need to pay for it anymore, right? And it's like, no. Be honest, no, they probably don't. But it's like, yeah, but or the user. Why would the user care if the user? Why would the user care if the user could just get Windows 10? It's not Windows 10. Could just get like a free version of Windows, of Linux, like a free Linux. Why would they pay for anything? Just save money. Because they also, I think it was Luke who asked, well, okay, well, what about like, can you charge for Linux? And he's like, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think anything goes against that. I've never heard anything about that. So it's like, oh, but like, why would they buy it? And even if they did, why would the other people do it? Because right, so yeah. So anyway, like yeah, makes sense that that's the problem with it, and that's why they would never do it, because they would lose the money from the OEMs. Yeah, okay, the people for what do you call it would probably think, because Luke goes, yeah, but people just use whatever's on their computer. They don't care. They don't want to get out of it. I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see that. I can see what you mean by that. But I also think, is what this is called? I was playing Zoo Tycoon. How do I change the settings now? Yeah, so yeah. There you go. So yeah, it's like that's the thing. But like, the year of the Linux desktop, is it here? I don't know. There is no perfectly easy Linux desktop. No, because and it was a video by Gamers Nexus who basically said, because he's talking with Wendell from Level 1 Tech, and he's talking about how, and the video is basically about taking back your stuff to make like your own, whether that's a media server or a VPN or a router or whatever. And one of the things he said was, yeah, but Gamers Nexus, what's his name? Okay, Google. Gamers Nexus. What's the guy's name? Steve. Steve was talking about how, yeah, but the problem isn't, like, he said his audience, or he thinks his audience would be, like, very easily willing to do that, to try stuff like Linux, to try making a server, to try making this and everything. It's everyone else who's like, no, but I'd be willing to pay the $15 a month, $20 a month, $100 a month even. But if it just worked, like the headache hassle, like, yeah, it's everybody else who's like, because he said, these companies are very good at making it super easy in like one step, and like you click a button and it's done, or, so, or even if it's not like super crazy one step, like one button or whatever, easy, but like they just know it and they don't want to learn something new. They're like, oh. So they're like, no, I'm okay with that. I'm like, yeah, no, I see what you mean. I definitely see what you mean. You're saying like, yeah, it's easy to use, so I don't care. Which is another reason why they wouldn't even want to try and switch over to Linux, because they're like, oh, but you just gotta learn it though. Unless you had a financial incentive, like, oh no, it's too expensive. I cannot afford a new computer. Linux is free. I'll try that. I guess, I don't know. It all depends. Again, it all depends on like, will all your software work? Because even 3 years ago, Linus and Luke, when they did their challenge, what's it called? They did their Linux challenge, right? Trying Linux, right? Trying to run Linux. The only thing that was the real problem was gaming. The only thing that was the real problem was gaming. There was like no other problem with Linux. If you're using it, okay, it's primarily for productivity. Like 99% of your thing is productivity. Word documents, emails, maybe playing some video. Fine, super easy. Nobody, like, there's almost no problem. Yeah, there are little hiccups here and there because it's not perfect. But, no, there's, like, no problem. There's, like, almost no problem. That's why I put my dad, who is, like, the last person who will ever be able to figure out anything with Linux. Because I think Linux is at the point where, hey, if you need word processors, because all he needs is word processing, emails, PDF viewer, and the occasional time when you go to the internet to like Google something, to get some information, to get to a website, to find out something from a website, or from a this or that, At least as far as, ooh, wow. Wow, that's like really not. I'm just looking at my mouse, I'm like, whoa. Anyway, yeah. I'm like, I'm confident that he'll never not that he'll never have problems, but you won't have nearly as many problems as you would if he needed. If this was 5-10 years ago, or if he needed, like, to do something with some other software. Because he doesn't use any other software, really. No. So I gave him Linux Mint, and I said, forget it. Like, because his laptop doesn't isn't capable of going to Windows 11, and I was like, I don't want to go through the whole weirdness of trying to give him Windows 10 for another year, or I'm not paying for Windows 10 for another year. It's stupid. That's dumb. Windows 10 support for another year, so I don't care. So I just gave him Linux, and I don't know if he's actually used his computer yet, but I did all the stuff. I checked. Does OpenOffice open Word documents? Is there good PDF viewer? Can he open up the internet? Can he go with emails? And can he play a video? That's it. He doesn't have some like specific software, oh, I have this software, this 3D CAD software, or they have this like video editing software, or they have this whatever software, they have this. No, none of it. He doesn't do any of that. So it's like super simple. It's gaming, and then that like weird software from like a weird thing like some piece of equipment that only uses one specific software and it has to run on Windows, or it has to run on Windows, and not even just Windows, a very specific Windows too. Like it only works on Windows XP, and it's still to this day running Windows XP. Some software in some thing that you would think like, update, what are you, crazy? It's like, no. We don't need need to, because we don't use the internet, and we just use it to run something, locally. So, okay. Because again, the WAN show, they were talking about it, 5-6 years ago? No, longer than that, like 2019. So that was like 7 or 8 years ago, right? Where it's like, where they were talking about, would you pay for Windows if you knew you could have security forever and you could just pay a little bit, right? And it was like, right? But yeah. Oh, okay, here you go. Oh, really? Okay. How do I run this script now? Apparently somebody's telling me that I can run DaVinci Resolve on Mint, and for me, Mint was like really hard to do, because it was like, you're missing this or you're missing that dependency. At least that's what put it into here. Extract. Yes, please. Can I get it to run? What do I have to run? How do I even run it? DaVinci Resolve checker. Maybe this is it. Bed display. Is it run? I'm not sure. Display maybe? I don't even know what's going on anymore. Wait, this is ridiculous, but okay. Oh, that's display. I want to run it. No. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Okay. Boy. Oh, yo. How do I, like, add? Okay, so yeah. So yeah. Yep. So yeah. Oh yeah, what was this? Cool, I got a readme. Okay, so go to the readme. Okay, don't need this. I don't think I have the readme, right? So yeah. Yep. It's just super easy. Now, then you've got things like this, like me, where it's like, ugh. Where is like panel settings? The other panel. Next panel. Can I add anything to the next panel? No, 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 no. Panel edit mode. I wanna edit peculiar. What? What the heck? Why can't I? Okay, I used to be able to do this. Anyway, how do I get out of panel edit mode? Where the hell would panel edit mode go? How do I get out of this stuff? There. Okay, anyway. What the heck? Okay. My gosh, my computer's not working now. Anyway. Oh no, I'm in panel edit mode. Oh, there. Whew, there you go. No, yeah, okay. So now read me. You know that M. What is that? MD. Can I just read me that TXT? Okay, here we go. How do we do this now? Okay, so how do I do this? Platform. What? This stuff is so over my head. It's like, what? Excuse me? I don't understand how any of this works. No! See, the basic tasks? Well, no, I guess this guy's right, because I'm also talking to somebody on a Discord server that... I'm talking to some people on a Discord server, and I'm asked... And they're telling me, oh, you can run it on Linux. I'm trying to run... I've been trying to run since I got Linux, and probably like March or April or somewhere around there. Maybe May. And I was like, oh. So yeah, okay, so it's like... Yeah, and this guy just said basic tasks. I'm like, I don't know. But then I'm like... Wait a sec, no, you're right when you're saying... He's like, I avoid Linux for the specific reason of having to figure Schwit out in order to accomplish basic tasks. I'm like, what do you mean basic? No. Using it for whatever. I'm like, oh no, but a basic task like this, which is trying to run DaVinci Resolve, and he's telling me, okay, you use the script, and if you run this script, you can run it. Let's ask the AI. Let's see if they know anything about it. Okay, Google. I have a Python script, and I want to run it in Linux Mint. How do I do so? Yeah, I have it. Yep, have it. Okay, use your... Okay, well, let's see if we can get this going. That would be nice. That would be nice. So what do I gotta do with it? Python 3 DaVinci Resolve, and if I click go, what does it do? Module not found, error, no module name. Oh, wait, is Python in 3x? No. Python. Oh, it's executable, right? Oh, wait. I get the error, module not found error, no module name, Pylispixie? Oh. So yeah. So yeah, okay. So yeah, I think Linux is... Is this the year of the Linux desktop? If Valve comes out with Steam OS, it could be for most people. No. Okay. No. No. Forget it. This is dumb. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Yeah. So I think could be, but yeah. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it could be used. We could get to the point where, and it could be very soon, because it's getting closer and closer every single day. It could be, you're getting closer and closer every single day to it just being anybody can use it for any software and it doesn't matter and it all works. Because I do think that there could be a day when most people abandon Windows. It gets so bad that they abandon Windows. So. I wonder if any of the other softwares run that way. Work. Like, could I get... Although, okay, what's the video of him getting... Okay. That's cool. But, okay, go to here. I didn't click this.
I bet I can improve your PC's gaming performance in just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks.
Cool. Get out of this. It was this, and it was Snazzy Labs Linux. Okay. What was this video? He made a video of this Linux PC runs Mac OS faster than a real Mac. No. Maybe it's this one. Because he was talking about something. My intern. Well, I might be able to do this on my own, so I don't know why I'm watching this. I mean, why I'm watching it on stream. I don't care. Where'd it go? Don't need to say more, but yeah. So I think, yeah, we could. I'm on it. My mother's on it. Although my mother hasn't really used it yet. My father's on it. I told my brother, hey, Windows 10 is auto support, and he didn't answer me. And he kind of was like, in person, and he was like, and then, whatever. And I was like, okay. I told him, hey, nothing really said much about it. He was just kind of like, he kind of ignored it. I'm like, dude, anyway, whatever, look. Although, there's going to be so many people who go, yeah, but I don't do that stupid stuff. I don't go on stupid websites. I don't download stupid software. I don't have something that could have a vulnerability in it I don't use super software that would have a vulnerability in it that could cause, hacks. It's like, yeah, okay. But I don't know. In my opinion, I'm like, I don't know. Anyway. I think it's going to be it for now, guys. We never ended up doing pretty much anything that I wanted to do. Not really. I've been going for how long? 2.5 hours? Yeah, 2 hours and 21 minutes. Okay. So, yeah. Because none of the games worked. They worked. Like, we were so close with Zoo Tycoon and it just crashed. I'm like, ah. The other games didn't work at all. Oh, this one worked, but I just got onto a different subject. This one worked, but I got onto a different subject, and I was just like, I don't care. Children's Encyclopedia.